Hey, hi, hello. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess. And yes, we're doing this today. Going with these pigtails, whatever you want to call them. I don't have the energy to do much more than that, so. But again, we're here for a podcast, a Yapcast session with Yappica. I don't know what we're calling this yet, so you don't have to look at me. You can just have this on. I'm not putting nothing up on the screen. Very minimal editing. Really just adding the stuff in the beginning and something at the end. So you just put this on, go about your day, and just listen to me yap to you for about 20-25 minutes. That's what I would like to keep it at. I think last week's was like 23-ish minutes. I think that's a good time frame for yapping. And I did write a couple topics down that I wanted to talk about this week. I just would like to say thank you for all of your comments from last week. They made my heart so warm. Y'all know I love to talk. And so I'm glad y'all love to listen. And especially all of the comments with everyone who could relate to being an adult trying to make friends. It is so hard. I do not have any updates for you. I was out of town last week. I was with my cousins for part of it. And then I was visiting a friend that I had met when we lived in Sicily and we saw Hosea. Oh, what a spiritual experience. He took me to church, Lord. Amen, amen. Nigel. But yeah, so no socializing with any newer people. I did invite someone to go to Pilates with me. So at least I tried. They weren't able to make it, but I did reach out. But I did go to Pilates yesterday. I don't know, I kind of like it. Again, this is Olivia's fault. That's becoming a common theme here on this channel. I don't know what's happening, but I did like it. I am sore, but it was, I'm trying to make sure this is straight. I don't know if y'all are straight, actually. Ooh, ooh, ooh. If you were crooked before, forget about it. Anyway, I like the different, because I have been working out consistently for almost 3 months in my garage. If you've watched any of my vlogs, you're probably seeing clips. So, I'm primarily doing weightlifting. So this is different and I like it. And I'm thinking about signing up. It is expensive, so, but, well, anyway, no updates on the making friends front. I will keep y'all posted. But it's hard out here in these streets and I'm glad y'all can commiserate with me. But one of the things that I wrote down to talk about is, and if you're on TikTok, you may have seen this. It's been a big conversation over TikTok, but I have had conversations IRL with Andrew, with my friend, with other people, voice notes via text, whatever, about this conversation because I feel like I'm losing my mind and I'm like, am I a boomer? Nigel, not right now. Hey. So the conversation is about customer service. And now this is a very United States of America centric conversation. But essentially a creator came onto the TikTok and said, wow, do cashiers not say hello anymore? And that opened the floodgates for the people to act a fool. It has turned into literally I haven't watched the original clip in a few weeks. This conversation has been going on for a while. That dog is so rude while I'm filming. But literally, she was just talking about going into a store or something and the cashier not saying hi. She was like, wow, are we not doing that anymore? Oh my word. The think pieces that came out of this have been, they don't owe you emotional labor. They don't owe you a hello. No one owes you courtesy, kindness. Do you hear what I'm saying? And it then further devolved into if you say hello and ask someone how they're doing, they're going to trauma dump on you. What? We don't get paid enough as customer service workers to be saying hi to people. Now, I have worked primarily in customer service over various positions my entire life. My first job was a cashier at a grocery store. Then I worked in restaurants as I was like a cashier at the one, and then I started waiting tables, and then I bartended, and then I've worked in customer service and insurance. Literally all of it. Are they all underpaid? I mean, yes, actually. All of them. Obviously, if you get tipped well, then that's different, but like the wage that they were paying you, at least when I was doing it in South Carolina, was $2.13 per hour. So you didn't make any money from that. You only made money from tips. But anyway, yes, that is a thing. Most positions, let's just keep it real, are underpaid, especially those in customer service. And we can take a tangent. Why did I say a tangent? We can take a tangent to like 2020 when those were the essential workers, right? Because they weren't shutting down coffee shops or restaurants. Those people had to go to work. And people were saying, oh, they're so important, but they're not important enough to make a livable wage. And a livable wage is not $15 an hour. With fucking inflation, and I'm no economist, but I feel like minimum wage countrywide need to be $25. I'm so sorry. Like, and I still don't feel like that's enough, but I'm just saying 15, because you know a lot of states are like, woo, we pay $15 an hour. Wow, woo, great, thanks. But I know in most states, where's the federal minimum wage? Like $7.25. What the fuck? You can't even get like a meal from anywhere for that. Maybe you can get, the Wendy's still got the full. Okay, maybe you can get that, but still, come on. Anyway, this is not to say that the conversation around capitalism, around people in these customer service jobs, and them being underpaid is not important. A very important conversation that should be ongoing. However, and maybe it's because I'm old now. Or maybe it's because I grew up in the South where you just walking by somebody, if y'all meet eyes, you say hello. That's it. You don't stop. You just a hi, a wave, a smile, and you keep walking. Maybe that's what it is. But to say that if you go into a grocery store, a clothing store, and your cashier shouldn't say hi, at least bare minimum, hi, how are you? That question, most people know. Now you may encounter someone who maybe doesn't get the social cue, doesn't understand, or maybe an older person who's lonely and wants to yap. It happens. Who may really tell you how they're doing. They're like, well, you know, I don't know, times are hard. You know, most people are going to say, oh, I'm fine, thanks. Or another day, another dollar, same shit, different day. And you're like, and you keep on pushing. Have a good day. That's it. Nobody is telling you to ask them about their grandchildren. What's your zodiac sign? How's it going on your stocks and bonds and investments? Nobody is saying that, but the conversation is so fucking crazy. And then it further devolved. I know, you're like, could have devolved to people who are like, this is a class issue. You guys are being classist. What? This one person's video also was like, y'all are trying to separate the conversation from classism, and these people work in these jobs, and these managers, these bosses have these arbitrary rules that people have to speak to people. When I go in person anywhere, yeah, I want the person to speak to me, and I'm gonna speak back. Now, there are people who are nasty, because people are saying that, like, why do we have to say hi when customers are rude? Customers are rude because people are rude. But just like you said, hello, how you did your part. They want to be nasty, be like, okay, keep it pushing. But you speak to me, I'm going to speak to you back. Okay? So yes, I do go somewhere, and I would like someone to say hello. And I'm gonna say hi. It's really that simple. And I hate small talk. I am socially anxious and awkward. I think it's very interesting. I wish that I could see the Venn diagram of the people having this conversation and saying that people in customer service jobs do not owe people to speak to them. Side note, the conversation on social media in general with everyone owing, okay, let me not get distracted. I would love to see the Venn diagram of the people who are like, you do not owe someone hello on social media, and this is a class issue and something under capitalism. And then people who are like, oh, AI is taking over, automation, we need to support jobs. Like, because it seems like y'all would be in separate categories. It does not seem like y'all will overlap. So I don't know if Venn diagram is the correct thing, but what I'm saying is that you can't say, oh, we need to talk about classism and capitalism and these arbitrary rules under capitalism, and then also say stuff like a cashier doesn't owe you anything. I feel like that's in direct support of like automating and taking away jobs like cashiers, like all of these. I know I'm in the minority because the one time I did a vlog going to Aldi for the first time and I said I didn't like that they only had like one register because I do self-checkout, because I do not like doing self-checkout. It depends. If I have a couple things, fine. But if I have groceries, and here's the thing, I was a cashier at a grocery store, okay? I still remember a bunch of produce codes, and I still do not like checking out with a cart full of groceries. Now I have a couple things, it's fine. A cart full of groceries at a self-checkout, but so many people are like, oh no, I don't want to have to deal with that. So I'm like, are these the same people? Like, because that's directly, I feel like I'm not verbalizing myself well because I'm not a scholar, but I just feel like it's important to, like, we need to make these connections, because all of these automations and more self-checkouts and less cashiers is taking away jobs. That's something that we have to talk about under capitalism, but yet you're like, no, a cashier doesn't owe you. So you don't want people to have a job? I don't get it. I don't know if I made any sense there. So ignore me if I didn't. But I just really don't get it when the person's like the arbitrary. What do you mean arbitrary? You're in a customer facing position. When I go to the doctor's office, okay? Anything, even if you're the receptionist, you're the nurse, you have to talk to people. I don't understand how you're supposed to get through life if you cannot say, hello, how are you? That's the bare minimum. That's the easy part. What? How are you? And this is not, because I think we're all just dialing, or we're not dialing, but all just thinking that these jobs where you have to talk to people are just like low paying entry level jobs. No. Do you work as a teacher? Are you in childcare? Are you, again, in healthcare? And maybe that's why so many of you bitches are fucking terrible with your bedside manner, because you couldn't say hello to somebody in the goddamn grocery store when you were younger. No, I'm so sorry. Call me a fucking boomer if you want to, but I believe that having basic manners, common courtesy, and saying hello to a person you interact with in the public is, yes, you do owe that to somebody, goddammit. Yes, you do. Because what the fuck? Even if you work in an office, you don't work with customers directly, maybe over the phone, whatever, you won't say hi to your coworkers. You're not going to say hi to your boss. You got to have a meeting with your boss. You can't talk to them. Huh? How are you going to run a company? You're going to be a CEO. You're going to be a, what you call it? You know those things, I keep wanting to say an expeditionist. That's not it. What are those people who have their own careers? You know what I'm saying. I can't think and I'm not editing. You want to be an entrepreneur, but you can't say hello? How are you going to market your business? I'm so tired of it. I'm sick. And, if you have a different opinion, that's fine. But I just think we owe that. We do as human beings. Now I'm going to shift this conversation to the O. Owing what we owe each other. Yes. As human beings in a society where we don't want people to be miserable, we do owe each other things. Decency. I would say 6 feet of space, but that's obviously crazy. Common courtesy, a hello, a hold a door open, I don't know, somebody's bag dropped and you help them pick it up. Like the conversations I see on social media, and I just hope that these are the chronically online people and it's not indicative of all the people, but I do see some of these things in real life. For instance, when I go to the doctor's office, I'm just like walking up. I don't want to interrupt the receptionist if she's in the middle of something, but you just stand there in silence because you can't say hello. So I have to be like, excuse me, hi, I'm here for my appointment. Oh, what's your name? Like, I understand. I do not like working with the general public, but goddamn, What the fuck did I do to you? I'm just trying to check in for my appointment. God damn. It's so frustrating. I'm sorry. I'm getting so mad. I'm already at 15 minutes and I'm like still on the first bullet point. But my second bullet point was about comments on social media. So we're going to get there. But first, we do, I believe, owe each other more than what a lot of people believe. Just common decency, common courtesy, to be mindful of the space around you, to be mindful of people around you. That also includes not talking on fucking FaceTime or speakerphone when you're in public spaces, okay? Get some fucking earbuds, okay? They have all kinds. Don't like, just like people can, if you got a fucking phone, you can buy a $5 pair of earbuds. I swear to God. They do not need to be fancy. You don't need AirPods. You can have wires in. I don't care. But stop being on the phone all loud in public. It's just like, you're not supposed to litter. Respect the planet. Can we not have some like common respect and manners towards other human beings? Apparently that's too much to ask. Apparently I'm asking you to do emotional labor. Oh my word. As much as I love the new generation. I take it back. The new landscape we live in, where people are more aware of things, of mental health disorders, terms in just mental health speak, if you will, therapy speak. Y'all have got to learn that words have meanings. Everything is not gaslighting you. Every person you don't get along with is not a narcissist. Like, we must stop it. We've got to stop. I'm so tired. But yeah, society, it's just like, and a lot of people have made these comments, like people who made comments that I agree with about the customer service thing are like, how are we ever supposed to build community? Because there's lots of conversations around building community. There's lots of conversations. I mean, I'm having the same thing about trying to make friends as an adult, especially you move to a new city. With the state of the world, the state of our government wanting to or needing to rely on each other. How can we ever do that if you can't even say a basic hello? How are you going to have a local group of people to support you, to also support them, if you can't say hello? Hello? Like, a lot of this conversation has also made me reflect on myself because I'm very socially awkward. I don't like small talk and different things. And we've gotten to the place, and I've said these things, and, you know, I have been in a lot darker headspaces than I am now, and so I get it. But like I would rather just stay in instead of going out. I would like to be invited, but I want to cancel the plans, even though I don't get invited anywhere because I don't know anyone here. But like these things where we're just being like very antisocial, but then at the same time, how are we ever gonna build community? So that made me like, I'm like, oh, you know, thinking about myself. It's just wild. And there are going to be times where you're like, I just want to be left alone. And I get that. And like, I will never be a person who's social every single day of the week. But we are just really displaying some really not good behaviors, for lack of a better word. It makes me sad. Okay, we're at 18 minutes. I am so sorry. I'm going to say this one thing, this second part. And then I guess it's going to be a rant today about social media. And next week we'll get back to Real Housewives, because I did watch the first 2-3 episodes of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Is it 2 episodes? Yikes, so much going on, but we're already over time. Okay. The other thing with social media, I am a chronically online person, as you are aware. I'm chronically online, and that is mostly on TikTok. I rarely go on Twitter. Her mama named her Twitter, I'm gonna call her Twitter. And I pop on Instagram here and there, and Reddit. I am on the Reddits. But I especially noticed this on TikTok. Why are y'all so lazy? And I'm saying y'all very generally, not you directly who are watching this video, but why are y'all so lazy? It's the bean soup effect. Someone posts a recipe for spaghetti. I'm allergic to tomatoes. Okay, don't fucking make this recipe then. Like, I see so many of those. It's blueberry muffins. I can't have blueberries. Do you know what else I could sub? Are we for real? It'll be something so simple. And I'm like, you could Google that. You could look that up. And I know that And I have done it. I haven't asked, but I'll try to like look through the comments, and then if I can, I've Google image search stuff, because I'm like, ooh, you see something on an influencer. I mean, that's kind of their whole thing. And you're like, ooh, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? But then people are mad when people don't tell them. And I used to be like, oh, that's so rude. Why wouldn't you answer the question? Now I kind of get it. I'm like, figure it out on your own, or find your own stuff. Like, especially on TikTok, that like, ooh, we're in the, what was it, mob wife era, clean girl aesthetic. Like, where would you want? I understand getting inspired by something, and sometimes I'm like, ooh, I really like that piece. That would really go well with this thing that I have, or these shoes. But like, changing your aesthetic every fucking 2 months is crazy work. Because one, who has that kind of money to be buying all those clothes? But yeah, back to the thing. It's just crazy. They're like, this person's like, this is, I have trouble sleeping, and so I invested in this really great pillow to help me sleep. And I know it's expensive, but in the comments, oh my God, must be nice to be able to afford that. Oh my God, what do y'all want? What do you want? Oh my God. Or it's something that's like, maybe something that's only in the US. Well, I'm in Canada. What can I use? Bitch, I don't know. Ask a fellow Canadian. What am I supposed to do? This doesn't happen to me because I don't post it often on TikTok, but I just notice it when I'm looking through the comments of other creators' videos, and I'm just like mad for them. Like this one girl, she makes these coffees all the time. Super cute. And she gets the same questions over and over. And she was like, I'm gonna film a Q&A that I can pin on my profile so you can go there for all the questions. All of her videos since, they're still asking the same question. I'm like, where did you get that? How much is that? Would you say, what if I don't like caramel syrup? What can I use instead? She's making a salted caramel iced latte. Why did you watch the recipe? Why? You know, I have this conflicting feeling of being like, the kids are all right, but it seems to be being more and more crushed by, I don't think they're okay. Obviously, this is generalizing. And we're at minute 22, but that's just another thing. All the fucking caveats you have to say online, I'm sick of it. You can't just be like, oh, wow, I hate waffles. Oh my God. So you want my grandmother to die then? She loves waffles. Huh? What? It's the same thing with like books where it's like, okay, yes, well, I hated this book. Okay, well, that's my favorite author, my favorite book, so you're telling me you hate me. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. I am just like, I was telling Robin, we were both saying this, I'm like, are we boomers? Have we crossed over into boomers? I could go on, but I won't. Anyway, that was it. That was my yap for the week. I still love social media, okay? But I need some people to get it together. I really need some people to think for themselves. I know Google is not what it used to be. You could use Bing or something else. I don't know, but you could search. Sometimes you could just look it up. God damn. And say hi. If you go somewhere and you interact with someone, a cashier, a receptionist, a something, and they say hello, please say hi back, okay? And if they go, hi, how are you? You should say, I'm fine, thank you. How are you? Ask them how they are back, damn it. Oh, it's so easy. I need us to do better. Please. Okay? If we are gonna come together in Owenstown, y'all have to be able to say hello. Okay? Okay. All right. Can't wait to see your thoughts on this conversation. But yeah, I think that's all I got. So stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreen. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.